let's get right into this because there is a lot to talk about with this game. Um, I don't know if there's a easy way to like look at this in a sugar-coated way or a good way or a bad way. I'm not sure. That I'll leave that up to you guys to discuss. But let's get right into this. So, obviously, the game is over, and there's your final score. So the Ducks do get the win, but um, myself personally, pre-game notes wise, were I thought Oregon would win 34-17. So 2-3 scores comfortably, not amazingly or like a blowout or anything like that. I never predicted that type of thing. And I thought the keys to the game were going to be pressuring Ward into making mistakes. One, of course, our O line needed to hold up, and we need to get takeaways, whether it be fumbles, interceptions, stuff like that. Well, I would say only really one of those. Two of those technically happened, I guess. O line did hold up, and we did get a takeaway. So, I guess that helped. I don't even know where to start a little bit in this game. Some of the keys, I guess, at the beginning part of the game were Cardwell did not play again. He was suited up for the game, but he was, I guess the coaches just felt, hold him out, make sure he's healthy. There wasn't a whole lot of talk about that, so I'm not 100% sure on why he was not playing, but he was suited up apparently, but I guess they just decided to hold him out, and that's fine. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start with this game. This was a heart attack. It was an absolute heart attack type of game. Yeah. Yes. Yes. This. But should it have been a comeback? I mean, uh, let's be real here. The Oregon defense, the first couple drives for the defense for Oregon, okay, we gave a rushing touchdown to Ward, like on a second or third down in the red zone. They made a nice deflection on a pass, gave a field goal. Then we got a stop. Then there was that weird loss of downs call where they called intentional grounding, and then replay went back like 2 plays later, and we're like, no, they get another down. That was really well. If anyone watches this and you're not familiar with Pac-12 referees, this is Pac-12 refereeing in a nutshell. I mean, good on replay for getting it correct, and Mike Pereira, explained like as long as the other team hasn't taken a snap, they can go back at any point and correct that stuff. But 2 plays, that was, there was another play and then a punt. Then they went back and gave it back to Washington State for like another down. It was really bizarre. I've never personally seen that in my life. If you have seen this, please let us know, because everyone was like, that doesn't even make sense. Oregon offensively, Oregon moved the ball really well. Even the first half, like for instance, first drive, second drive, fourth drive. Where's my halftime? Sorry, my notes are a little skewed. Yeah, so first, second, and fourth, all 4 drives in the first half, they moved the ball very well. First drive was field goal, second drive field goal, fourth drive field goal. The third was the pick six. We'll talk about the pick six here in a second, but the 3 field goals in the first half were fine. But what happened? What happened to the offense? The offense in the red zone every time tonight, in the first half, that is, was hesitant. Like they didn't want to throw the ball. Literally on every red zone possession in the first half, outside of like the third one where the pick six happened, everyone was just a run or a toss or a sweep type of play. Everything. So I don't know what was going on there. I have to assume it wasn't because of worrying about like Knicks making a mistake. I don't think it was that. It was more of they had to have seen something schematically or scheme wise that they could take advantage of Washington State. Because even like the announcer said for the whole game, between the 10 and the 10, Oregon moved the ball just fine for the most part. It's just they got in that red zone area, especially like the goal line to go type situation, and they couldn't do anything for that first half. That third drive, the pick six, I mean, that's on Bo. That is on Bo. But I didn't like playing. I didn't like Dillingham calling almost the same play call twice. I didn't get to go back and look at the second time with the pick six specifically, but basically it was the same play call. You had another wheel route out the side. You had like two or three receivers on the other side. It was almost identical. And Bo got greedy, you know. So that was bad, Bo. But I mean, outside of that, Bo Nix played really, really well again. I mean, and that's just the first half talking about. The whole game, Bo played good. Uh, Oy. But that defense, though, I don't know. Washington State came in and tried to just do what Georgia did, and they said, "We're going to test your boundaries. We're going to outflank you," and that's what they did. They tested the zone coverage the entire time, and again, for the most part, outflanked us a lot, especially in the first half. I have that written here too. Is like outflanked, and it's just hard to see how that happened. But then again, Washington State was running. I mean, if you think of, you know, back like think of Chip Kelly days with the up tempo offense, that's what Washington State was like. Hey, we're gonna do this again, and that's exactly what they did. I mean, they were running tempo, tempo, tempo at some points in time where uh, no one got set. You know, we had some a couple, like at least twice. I think we had 12 minutes of the huddle for defense. You know, they couldn't get off the field, and even the camera was like, "Oh shit, Washington State's running out of the play." It was so up tempo. So credit to Dicker and that staff for definitely trying to take everyone out of position. But I mean, I note, and this is no discredit to Washington State. I think everyone assumed this would be you know, it would be a game. I didn't expect it to be this close myself again. I thought we'd have a 17-point win. Yeah, Washington State scored at the very end to make it look a little better, but it was still like a 10-point win, technically. And that was only because of late fourth quarter heroics. Because, I mean, look, about what was it? Something like 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I actually said, that's game. Like, there is no way that we're going to get this ball back and we're going to move down the field and score again. Because, again, the overall, the play calling, especially in the first half, been hesitant. Now, the second half, it did get better. Second half, they came out aggressive, 3 plays, touchdown. I was like, okay, I guess we've figured out the secret here or what it takes. But Yeah, I'd say that 4 minute mark in the fourth quarter, I pretty much said that's probably game for us. I didn't really see us coming back from it. Um, but hey, credit the coaching staff, credit the players, and everyone because again, I was like, if we do, great. If we don't, well, credit to Washington State. But our team pulled it out. The Ducks came back from behind